Hello, welcome to SwitchedOn, Paul speaking, and looking at a new game that's coming out on the Nintendo Switch in a few weeks. This one is out on April the 7th in America and Europe, and this is Disaster Report 4 Summer Memories, and this comes from NIS America. So just going to give you a quick look around this one. Now, I'm not too far in this one, played about 3 hours, and I'm going to tell you why I've not played too much of it. To be honest, I'm very rare that I will get a game for a review and I dislike it as so much that I just can't play it. But unfortunately, this is one of those games. This was originally due out on the PlayStation 3, I think, maybe the PlayStation 2, way back in 2011, and it got pushed back and delayed. And for different development reasons, but also there was an actual earthquake and tsunami in Japan a few days before it was due to release. So actually, for sensitivity reasons, got pulled. Quite surprised with the state of the world at the minute that I don't think we really need a disaster game when there's a real life disaster going on. But that's another query. So yeah, this is like an action-adventure game. You're travelling to work, this unnamed character, and an earthquake hits the town that you're going towards. I believe it's meant to be based on Tokyo, but it doesn't specifically say, I don't believe. You get a few customization options, but all of them are sort of Japanese character sort of features. The game's very Japanese. There's no English voice acting in the game. It's all subtitles. And you kind of just have to survive in this city, but it just feels really weird. I've got a few problems. Quite a few problems actually. Firstly, this disaster struck. So you've got an earthquake, you've got buildings collapsing, you've got fires, explosions, and you just end up in this big city with like just the AI, the non-playable characters here, just like wandering around. You can talk to pretty much any of them, and they will just say the most random things in the middle of this horrible disaster. They'll say things like, "Oh, I hope my job interview isn't cancelled," or "I wonder if the office is still open." Just like, but they're just standing around. I mean, I get it was originally meant to be built, 10 years ago for weaker hardware. So, but it's just so weird. Which place is safe? Big buildings. That big building is collapsing. I can't go anywhere. But he's just happy just to walk around with his arms folded. It's just really odd. You can see another problem there. You can just walk through characters, and you can probably tell for the visuals, the graphics aren't great. You may hear a rumble in the background. Now, if you hear a rumble, you can press the Y button to sort of stabilise yourself on the ground until the rumbling's passed, which kind of helps with your stress levels. You got like a life and a stress bar up in the top corner. This is my second problem. Look at this walking speed. This is like without running, and you're just absolutely taking baby steps. It takes forever to get anywhere in the middle of this disaster where you're meant to be like rushing around saving people. You're just happy just to stroll around. You can hold down the R button to run, which is what you basically want to end up doing the whole game. So you're just constantly holding down the R button just to get anywhere with any sense of speed and time. You got Hiroko here, just happy to stand on a bridge in the middle of an earthquake. And then you get these dialogue choices that pop up. And I think the appropriate thing in the middle of a horrific disaster is to say, "She's a brave and cute person." And then she says, "I just hope everybody disappears," which is really positive and uplifting, Hiroko. Thank you. As I said, you can tell that the graphics aren't great. Again, there's been what appears to be no attempt to remaster the original graphics. They're very blurry on the Switch. I did check out some PlayStation 4 footage where this game is also coming out. Actually came out in Japan a couple of years ago, but being westernised at the same time as the Switch version. Looks a lot sharper, but still has the same sort of looking gameplay problems in the lack of sort of speed and urgency in the gameplay. I don't know. I mean, there's some nice effects in the game and also some really dodgy stuff. It's an open world game, so it's quite cool. You can like go into these shops, do pick up loot and stuff from the shops. There's also like a cleanliness meter in the game, so when you get dirty from crawling through rubble, your character gets more stressed and eventually will need to use the toilet. So there's actually a toilet mechanic, and if you don't go to the toilet, your character starts losing sort of the will to live or losing health. But yeah, you can go to the toilet to take care of business, which amused quite a lot of the long-running fans, because this apparently is one of the game director's little quirks. He put these weird little things into games. So yeah, to be honest, I don't want to play anymore, and it's a really horrible thing because you know, it might get better, I don't know, but it just feels like it's an absolute chore to play. It's just not a very good game. It's got performance issues on the Switch, gameplay issues. It just feels like it's a 10-11-year-old game. If you like these sort of open world games, you know, there is some degree of longevity here. It is quite a big game from what I understand. There's lots to collect. You've got an inventory system here. I feel hesitant to score it because I've played so little, but it really would be scoring quite low for me at the moment after, as I say, 2-3 hours play. Probably looking at around about a 4 or 5 out of 10 for me from this one. As I say, it's the fact that it's open world and runs okay, probably gets it a couple of points. It's quite an intriguing game and quite different to anything else on the Switch, but I just found too much of it annoying to want to play much more. So there you go, Disaster Report 4 on the Switch, out on April the 7th. Just not one that resonates with me at all, really. So apologies to that one. If you've got any questions that you want to ask about this, I'll be happy to look into it and answer them for you. But if not, thanks for watching, everybody. Please subscribe and like. If you enjoyed the video, leave me a comment below, and I will see you all on the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.